Alright, y'all, your boy is officially back with a brand new video. And if you are new to my YouTube channel, please take the time to hit that like and subscribe button. So, last night I finally finished watching Bad Boys 4, aka Bad Boys Ride or Die. And I gotta honestly tell y'all, this movie was pretty damn good. I might actually go back and watch it again. So, let's go ahead and get into this review. The first thing I want to say about this movie was Mike and Marcus's comedic timing was on point, like it always has been, like it always was with the past three films. This one was good as well. They were funny. There was a lot of funny moments. I enjoyed. Um, One of the things I gotta say I didn't like about this film was the fact that they didn't bring back the OG, Teresa. Gotta look up the actress's name. Let me see. The actress's real name is Teresa Randall. She was replaced by Tasha Smith as Teresa, as Martin Lawrence's love interest, his wife in this movie. And I gotta tell you, I really wasn't feeling that. She didn't do a terrible job, but for me, if you haven't followed my channel for a while, with most of the reviews I've done, I always like to have the OG characters continue on, especially when it comes to movies, because it just to me, it just feels and looks better. You know what I mean? I don't really want to see new people replace the old actors or actresses unless somehow they end up passing or they quit or get fired. I understand it, but it's like I still want to have the OG actresses and actors come back. So that really bothered me. The other thing that kind of bothered me was at the beginning of the movie, um, Martin Lawrence's character Marcus has a heart attack and basically suffers a near-death experience. He has out-of-body experiences, and so he ends up seeing Cap in this astral plane, I'm gonna call it, and Cap whispers something in his ear. So you do get a bunch of scenes with Captain Howard, but of course it's like either flashbacks or some out of body experiences. So throughout the whole entire movie, his character is just really talking strange ways, like he's telling Mike, I can't die, and you're gonna be tested, and all this other stuff. He's just really talking strange, and he has a bunch of crazy scenes, like one scene where they go to investigate a crime scene after Captain Howard is framed for a bunch of drugs and stuff. They meet up with I forgot the guy. He's a basketball player. He played back in the '90s. He was in the Detroit Pistons. He was in the second film. He's back in this one, right? And so they go to talk to him and they go to ask him some questions. And of course, this whole little back and forth between them is funny because he's trying to get them to see that he hid a clue to their investigation in the painting. Of course, he gets shot and killed. But during that scene, there's a fight scene, and not Mike, but Marcus has his guns out and he's going after the bad guys, and he just doesn't care and he's trying to kill them. But like the way he's going after them, he's just straight running up to the bad guys while they're up on the upper levels, and it's just really crazy how he acts throughout this whole entire movie. And then of course you got Marcus, not Marcus, I'm sorry, Mike. You have Mike who is having panic attacks throughout this film. I'm not sure if it's because he's got a wife now. I'm not sure what the situation is, or if he's still dealing with Captain Howard's death. But his character is going through panic attacks, and of course he's trying to deny it and stuff like that. And that bothered me a little bit, but I can understand, him having panic attacks, being a cop. Marcus's situation was really, yeah, out there. Of course, Mike gets married, but he's married to some other chick in the movie. I don't know what her name is. He doesn't get married to his superior Rita, who I wish he really would have got married to because I like the chemistry they had in the last film. So to see him get married, that's literally the first thing you see, was really surprising. But I understand, it's progress of the character. Eventually, he's gonna have to get married, or they were gonna have to change his life eventually. So that happens. The big bad in this movie, I don't even know what the hell his name was. I have to look it up. His character was okay. It was nothing special. I liked Alejandro. I think that's his name. Mike's son from the last film. I liked pretty much all the other villains beside this one. He just really wasn't that big of a deal to me. So there's that. What else happens? You have a cameo appearance from DJ Khaled. I thought that scene was pretty funny. Of course, Mike and Marcus have to go on the run because the more they investigate what's going on with Captain Howard, the more they get sucked into this web, and eventually they have to go on the run. So they're on that plane that you see, I'm pretty sure in the trailers, and a big fight happens, and the plane crashes, and they go on a run with Alejandro, and of course he's kind of what's the word adamant about being around them because of course Mike being his dad, but he never really knew his dad because of the situation that he was born with his mom and everything. So you see them trying to deal with their relationship from time to time in the movie, and yeah. What else? There's a lot of people who said that Reggie was gonna have a big. Reggie had a big scene. I tried not to watch it until I saw the movie, so luckily I didn't. Reggie has a big scene in the movie where he ends up fighting off a bunch of soldiers who come to Marcus's house to kidnap his family, or I think kill them. And he lays his smack down on all of them, and it's so damn good. So I'm glad he got a big scene. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that I'm sorry, Marcus. I keep getting them mixed up because they got two M's in their name. I'm pretty sure that Marcus did have a son. Was not in this movie at all. I don't even think he was in the third movie at all either. But it is what it is. Sometimes it happens. So, what else happens in this movie? Of course, you got Captain Howard's wife and daughter. They make an appearance in this movie, and the wife is a U.S. Marshal, so she's going after Mike and Marcus and his son because she believes they teamed up with him to help him get out of prison, and so that's a whole nother story right there. And then you got the guy who played Mr. Fantastic from the early 2000s. Um, Fantastic Four movie. He's in it. And of course, every time you see a new character pop up in these movies, you already know they cannot be trusted. So he's in this movie as well, and automatically I don't trust him. And of course, I was right because we eventually find out that the information Mike gave to Rita, he was also standing there listening because I believe he had a job on the cop task force. So later on, we find out that he's dirty. And he's basically letting cartels come into the states and do what they want to do with their drugs in order to get protection from local groups outside that wanted to harm people in the states. I'll put it that way. So, what else do we got with this movie? Like I said, The Big Bad wasn't nothing special. It was a fun movie. Um, there is a test that Mike is tested in, where basically the Big Bad ends up having his wife and his partner held hostage. So what does Mike do? He pops his partner, literally shoots him. He falls and then he starts popping the guy and he ends up getting killed. Nothing special. I was hoping they was gonna have like a big fight, but they didn't. For a lot of people that said that Martin Lawrence was suffering some stuff off of scene, maybe he was going through it, but as far as him in the movie, he was fine. He was straight. He was cool. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this review. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'm possibly missing. Like I said, I will go back and watch it again because it was a fun movie. In my honest opinion, if I had to say which one was my favorite, the second one, Bad Boys 2, still my favorite. Then Bad Boys 1, then Bad Boys 3, and then this one. This was cool. It was fun to watch. Again, I would have loved to have the OG Teresa in this movie instead of the replacement. I don't think if they do a fifth one, she's going to come back because it just makes more sense to just keep on with the replacement, Miss Smith, because I think it would just be confusing for the fans as to why you had the OG Teresa, then you replaced her, then you brought her back. So I think they would just keep the replacement Teresa. But I think she had a smaller role in Bad Boys 3. And then this new Teresa, she still had a small role, but you saw her more than the OG Teresa in the last film. So yeah, this movie was pretty damn good. Like I said, I'm definitely watch it again. And to give y'all my score, I'm gonna give this movie 8.5 out of 10. I still like 3, I think a little bit more than this one, but I had a fun time watching it, so I'm definitely watching it again. So with that being said, post your comments down below. Let me know what you all thought of my review. Also, let me know if I forgot anything in the comment section below, and I will catch y'all in my next video. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. 2,000 subscribers. Peace. I'm out.